Hey, can you all hear me? Is there anyone out there? We've been having a lot of fun figuring out this technical stuff, so sorry for the delay. But yeah, so this is me going to be awkward on a live stream. Welcome. I guess I can give a quick little intro for myself so I'm not just like staring at y'all awkwardly. My name is Bryce. I am one of the protectors in our system. Oh, hey. It's Len. Hey, Len. Hey, Sandra. Hey. It's the multi-sided fan. Is it rain? Life has been interesting because I've been incredibly anxious all day to get this started because we've never done a live stream before. Oh, hey, Rain. Yeah, we've never done a live stream before, so we've been like trying to figure this out all day, and as the time has been approaching, I've been increasingly nervous because, you know, I don't do great with cameras to begin with. But anyway, yeah, so I'll give a little quick intro. I mean, you all pretty much know me, but I am the physical protector in our system, and I also have been fronting a lot more lately and started becoming involved with social events, so that's been a new experience for me. Like lately, I've kind of been the third main fronter for us now. Like after Ray and Aiden, I'm kind of like third in command now. So that's been a fun new change. But I kind of just wanted to like talk with y'all, and in the meantime, I'm just gonna kind of like mess around with makeup. So yeah. So I guess I'll give a little background about the LARP for those that may not be too interested. Of course you're interested, may not know much about it. You can tell I'm nervous. But the LARP is called Ascendia, and it has two main chapters. There's one in New Jersey and one in Maryland. Maryland is the one that we go to, and it's basically just a dark fantasy LARP. Oh, thank you. I'm trying. Like it's been a long process, but I've probably come out of my shell a lot more in this past month alone. But yeah, so it's like a dark fantasy LARP, and I play what is called a shade, which is basically like a race in the game. And shades are undead, and they're very emotionally detached, and they wear all black, and basically it is my type of character. So I was going to kind of show off the makeup I do for my shade. Also, is that lighting okay, or is that too bright for y'all? Because I can like turn it down a bit. We have like a ring light, and we also have overhead lights, so I don't know if that's too much. We're very pasty, so we get washed out easily. Yeah, it's a little bright. Hold on, I'm going to try to adjust that a bit. Sorry. Alright, turn that down a little. I might turn down this one. Hold on one sec. Is that any better? Still kind of watching me out a little bit. Hold on. I am not an expert on this either. See, like, I can cheat because we have a dimmer light. It's getting better. Hold on. See, this is why shades don't do well with light. I need the darkness. I actually might try a different lighting. Right. Ooh. It's like a warm light. Is that any better? Okay, cool. Alright. So, because we are ghetto, I'm using a bracelet for a headband. That's a fantastic look for me. I also feel like incredibly like weird without makeup because I normally wear eyeliner and stuff, so this is not my usual look. It's weird. Alright. Yes, ghetto tree indeed. That is an inside joke with our group. Alright, so this is the makeup I use for my character Pitch. That is Goth White Manic Panic. And I really like this also. It's like kind of a like foundation to powder thing. So it goes on really nicely. Also, sorry, my throat is really dry. Alright. See, that's the other fun part about when you're a system and you're more of a masculine person in a female body, because you're trying to talk more like yourself, but it dries the throat out really bad. And I'm also going to put on some primer first, so this is just like some face primer. What's in the cup? It's water. What else would it be? I do not drink. At least not often. Yes, tea is very good. But yeah, so I guess I'll talk a little bit about my character. So my character's name is Pitch Ravenfire, and he is a very interesting person. Like, he's very emotionally challenged. He's very withdrawn from, like, not really withdrawn, I'm trying to think of the right word. He's just very, like, he doesn't really care about things unless they pertain to him specifically. Iced tea is a really good idea. Unfortunately, we can't drink a lot of tea, because it's kind of a, like, we have to be careful with our diet for health reasons. Yes, he's very apathetic. Also, Rain plays Pitch's twin brother, so we LARP together. Aloof, yeah. Let's just give all the adjectives for Pitch. I actually have a mirror here because I cannot see anything in the webcam as far as makeup. It's been a lot of fun. I actually really love this LARP. Like, first of all, like, everybody's super chill, and like, they're very welcoming of like all types of people. Like, it doesn't matter like what your, you know, beliefs are, what your preferences are, like in your personal life. Like, they're just incredibly welcome to everybody. They do not discriminate, which is awesome. Because I was like really nervous going in. Yeah, the people really do make the LARP. Like, if you don't enjoy the people that you're LARPing with, and you don't have like nice, positive relationships with them, like, it just makes the world a difference. You want to be comfortable with the people that you're like playing this game with, you know, like on an out of game level too, not just as their characters. Like, just building those type of relationships just makes it all the world a better just experience overall. But yeah, these are incredibly good people. A lot of the people that go to this LARP are some of the same people that we like did a lot of LARPing with at our previous LARP before that all kind of disintegrated. I won't go into detail about that, but unfortunately that LARP is no more. But I actually really like this. I like the dark fantasy setting a little bit more. Like, it's still kind of like a horror setting, but like, I like the aesthetic more. I don't know. Like, we're all really big into like Ren Fair type stuff, and like Skyrim, and it kind of has that feel to it, which is cool. So, also, I know like we are horrible and we don't use like a blender brush. We just use our hands to put on makeup, because that's just how we roll, and I know it's horrible, but yeah. Oh yeah, like totally, it's our aesthetic. And the nice thing about this LARP too, like the thing about like when you're a system and you're doing things like LARPing, especially if like multiple people in the system are interested, obviously everyone's going to want to play a different type of character, based on what their own comfort level is and just what they like to play. So I like the fact that there's so much variety in like the different races you can play. Like if you want to play like a total like goth looking character like this, you can. You could play just like a crazy like fae, or like you could be like an uptight elf. You can be whatever you want. So that's kind of nice that you can just play what makes you comfortable. Because like Aiden is more into the like fun characters. He likes playing stuff that he can just kind of be silly and do his own thing. Ethereal Shard of Divinity. Yeah. That is very true. Or there's not so friendly ways of calling them too, like god droppings or whatever. That's a joke in the Ascendia world. Alright, so I think I'm relatively pale. I mean, I was kind of pale to begin with, but I still feel like I'm getting really washed out, so I'm going to adjust the lighting a little bit more. There we go. Embrace the darkness. Like also, yeah, the white makeup like kind of washed me out like way more. Like also, if anyone has any like questions for me while I'm doing this, feel free. Like that is why we're doing this live. Yeah, okay, I think I'm pretty pale. I did turn the light down, like way down. It's like super dimmed. It's mostly the ring light now that's like shining on me. Alright, so what's a paddle makeup today? I'm not sure what that means, sorry. So this is the palette I use for like shading. My favorite part of the community, like, I don't know, like I like the fact that everybody kind of respects everyone's own comfort level, because I know that was kind of my big fear going in, is like, what if I'm in a situation where I need to bow out, or like people are gonna judge me, or are they gonna like look at me strange or be like, what's this dude's problem? But like, no, nobody's like that. Everybody values the player over the character, and that kind of impressed me in a great way. Like, I don't know, it's just a fun community. Like, everybody has fun with it, and they just do their thing, and no one seems to really care. Like you do what makes you comfortable. No one's gonna be like, oh god, you're like cheating because you're not wanting to do this part of the game because you're uncomfortable. Like, nobody's gonna be like that. So I like that. And also, I really love the combat. I don't know, like obviously no one's out to hurt anybody. Everybody's super safe with the combat, but I don't know, there's still that kind of like that release of just being able to like beat on someone without actually beating on someone, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna kind of contour a bit. Yeah, it's a really good one. Like I said, I mainly wanted to go to this LARP because I knew it had a lot of the same people that like, not so much me particularly, but like people that like Ray and Aiden had LARPed with before, and they always had very positive experiences. So, like, I kind of went into that with that sort of reassurance, I guess. Because I know from what I've heard, there are unfortunately a lot of horror stories with LARPs as well, and you know, it's unfortunate, but like when you do find a good group, you just want to stick with it. It totally is like cathartic, especially since I'm like the physical protector, and it's like all the things I wish I could actually do in real life without getting like arrested. Yeah, it's like a big mood. But yeah, it's a nice, safe environment to just kind of, I don't know, just kind of explore things and have fun. Um, and the reason I kind of play pitch the way I do, like I know some people like playing characters that are like entirely different from who they really are, and other people, you know, play characters kind of closer to who they are. And I don't know, like playing pitch the way I do, it's kind of like almost therapeutic for me because I'm sort of working through my own issues through him. Like not so much the fact of like, oh, I'm using LARP as therapy, but like it's still kind of a way for me to sort of like tackle my own issues as well, I guess, if that makes sense. My dream weapon. We're actually trying to get Pitch a flaming sword right now. And like we're gonna try to do that next game. Because there are some enemies you fight that like you have to use like an enchanted weapon or like use magic on them. Like you can't just like hit them with the normal sword because it's not effective. And yeah, I want that. Like I don't know specifically what it would look like phys rep wise, but I don't know. I just want it. Will I name it Sizzler? I don't know if I would name it. I don't know if Pitch would name his weapons. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if he's that type of person. Yeah, it really is like a nice, safe environment to kind of test things out. Because, yeah. You can call it Sizzler if you want. Name it Sword. Yeah, it's my flame sword. There you go. That's my creative name for it. Alright. Now the fun part. Oh wait, I forgot to contour my nose. So I like contouring my nose. I have like a mirror next to me, so that's why I keep looking off over to the side. Do they have boomsticks? I'm pretty sure they probably have things that explode. You could probably like, I don't know, talk to someone who builds those type of things. I have not encountered it yet, but I'm pretty sure they exist. Okay. Mr. Poke Poke? No. No. Like, Pitch is just like shaking his head at you all right now because he's just like, no. It's actually more of a like medieval, like Dark Ages type setting. So it's not as modern. Like everything's pretty much like really super old school. Which is fun when you're like trying to bring things from home. You kind of have to like genre it up so you know you're not drinking like a can of Coke like out in the open. Like some people get really clever and they will hide stuff like that. Like they'll cover it with tape, or I saw one person like take socks and they covered the cans of soda with like socks. Just to kind of like not break immersion, I guess. Yeah, we usually just kind of like as far as like figuring out who plays what character, it's just kind of like what calls to a certain person. Um, like at the last LARP, um, like Aiden had a huge role in playing Merton because Merton is a lot like Aiden. Like Merton was like super anxious and had a lot of self-esteem issues, which I think is something that Aiden kind of struggles with a lot too. And Aiden just was like, this character is calling to me, and I'm just gonna step forward and be a part of this character. Um, and we had another character for a while actually that Grell participated in as well. And that character was like a very like upper class, like sort of hoity-toity type character, I guess. So Grell was just like, yeah, no, this is me. But I don't know. It's just whoever steps forward is just like, this is me. This is who I want to play. And I saw the description for a shade and was basically just like, yeah, no, this is what I'm playing. Because I get to totally goth it up, and I love wearing this type of makeup. I was basically told by the others that I can just have fun and do what I want with my makeup, and I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm just going for it. Like, the only requirements for a shade is basically you want pale skin and like black circles around your eyes, and that's basically me. Does anyone disagree about what characters get time in game? Like, we're pretty much on the same page. I think most of us probably struggle with Ray the most as far as like who gets the most time for a character, because like, I don't know, Ray will kind of jump in to sort of help out, especially with like socializing, because I'm not personally a very social person. I'm better at like talking one-on-one to people, but I don't really like big group settings as much. So Ray will kind of co-front with me and help me out with that. But the struggle with that is sometimes we don't always play the character the same way. So like, I think it was like Sunday at the last game we were at. I was getting super tired on Sunday, so Ray kind of like took over more on Sunday than I was normally present throughout like most of the weekend until that point. And like, I think Ray was trying really hard to like play pitch the way I would normally play pitch, and that was kind of a struggle because we might have different ideas about a character. Like, I think they did okay, but like, pitch was definitely a lot nicer on Sunday in my opinion. I don't know. Oh, I think Claudia would really enjoy it. Like, the drama is great. Like, I think she'd love it. Yeah, definitely creative differences. Like I said, like, everybody will try to play the character as similarly as possible, but you know, we're all going to kind of do our own flair as well. So it's also just a matter of like trying not to make it super noticeable. Because on Sunday, Pitch was going to give some presents to people, and I was kind of on the fence about it because I'm like, I don't know if Pitch really cares about presents, but Ray's like, no, we should totally do this. Like, it'd be super cute. And I was just like, okay, fine. Like, let's do it, whatever. So I do eventually want Pitch to kind of warm up to people more. Like, I don't know, but I kind of want it to be a process. Like, I want it to slowly sort of happen. And like, Ray is just kind of like, oh, let's just do something cute. And I'm like, yeah, but Pitch would not do something cute. But I don't know. I went with it because it's like, whatever. Pitch is trying to experiment with his feelings, so why not? Sorry, I'm like trying to read the things here. Yeah, it really is. It's just like slightly off. It's kind of like trying not to go like super out of character for a moment. Oh yeah, when you're playing Atreus. Yeah, I could see that. Like, I mean, like I didn't like notice it honestly, but yeah, like everybody just sort of has their own opinion on how they want to play a character, and you sort of just have to compromise somehow if you can. Compromise is a really huge thing when you're a system. You kind of have to try to find ways to do it. And it was kind of like that for Merton too. Like I think, like the issue that I know the others had with Merton for a while was Merton was getting really super anxious over stuff that was going on in the storyline, and it was getting to the point where it was starting to stress Ray out, and Aiden didn't realize he was doing it to that extreme, and he kind of felt bad later when he realized what was going on. So they kind of had to like work things out and be like, okay, I'm gonna, like Aiden's like, I'm gonna back off on this a little bit and not feed so much into the anxiety because I know it's stressing out Ray. So that was just kind of something like he just had to work on. You said be cute, it'll scar people. No, Pitch is not cute. He refuses to be cute. Also, normally I don't take this long to put on the makeup. I'm just kind of like taking my time here because I'm talking. Because like when you're at LARP, like you have to get ready fast in the morning. Like I do have some time to get ready, but you just get used to doing it quickly. Alright, so I feel like I need more black. I always feel like I overdo it on the black, but I don't care. I also really like to blend a lot, so I'm very fussy about my makeup. When he puffs up his feathers. Oh my god. Yeah. He does, like, he doesn't get, like, super out there when he's angry. He kind of internalizes it a lot, so I do feel like he would probably, like, just sort of, like, ruffle his feathers up and just look menacing, but not actually say anything. He just kind of glares at people. Yeah, it really is. Like, you gotta be quick. We kind of cheat because we stay in med sleep. Med sleep is basically like a place that you can stay if you like actually have like medical reasons why you can't sleep in game. Because people will come in and scare you at night, and not everybody can handle that if they have medical issues. So because we qualify for that, we usually stay in med sleep. So we do not have that issue, but others do. Yeah, I probably did do that Saturday morning. Yeah, Pitch got very angry in that one scenario with the werewolf. Like he was ready to stab somebody. Alright. So then I like to put on eyeliner because I like to make this as dark as possible. My favorite part of the outfit, I don't know, like I kind of like all of it. I like being able to just wear all black. I really like the leather pieces that we kind of collected because we really kind of planned out this outfit. So I just kind of like the general aesthetic of just everything and how it kind of came together. I don't know. Like, I guess I like the feathers. I think that kind of adds a fun little element to Pitch's costume. Because I really do feel like he's kind of a bird in some ways. And just kind of like the general raven theme we got going for Pitch is pretty awesome. Oh yeah, so there's a funny story behind that actually. So while we're preparing this character, we kept getting inspiration. Oh yeah, he's totally like the upper class, I don't know what the right word is, like very upscale goth compared to his brother. Which is, it's kind of cool actually. I like the fact that the twins are so different because I feel like a lot of people always seem to assume that twins are the same person, and they're not. Like, twins are, like in real life, twins are very different. Even if they're identical twins, they each have their own thing that they do, you know? But yeah, the Raven thing, while we were putting together this character's outfit, we kept getting inspiration to like get Raven stuff, and couldn't figure out like why that sudden obsession was there. And this was before we discovered Tobias, who is like the alter that we learned about the most recently. Well, Tobias is part Raven. So he kind of passively influenced this costume, basically, without us being aware of it. Yeah, I mean, twins aren't carbon copies. I mean, they shouldn't be. Just because they were born at the same time and look the same, they're still individuals. Pitch does have a pet now. This is a new thing. Like, it hasn't actually happened in-game yet, but it sort of happened, like, over the span of last game. But he has a pet raven, and his name is Edgar. And we actually have a prop for it that we're going to try to figure out how to bring to the next game. But Edgar is a bird that Pitch found. And this is where we discover Pitch does have a soft side to him, because this raven was basically injured. Like, his tail feather was injured. And basically he was flying around in circles, and Pitch saw it and just kind of was like, okay, like, I guess I'm going to take care of you because I'm not that heartless. At least I don't think I'm that heartless. Maybe I'm that heartless, I don't know, but I can't just leave this, so I'm gonna pick it up. Tobias actually really likes Pitch. He likes this LARP. Strangely enough, for a 10-year-old, he actually really loves horror, which is weird. So he's been passively watching us play. Like, I don't think he would ever actively participate just because he is 10 and he's a trauma holder. And he's a little more timid even than me, if you can believe it. So I don't think he would like play, but he's been watching and he enjoys watching the game. But yeah, no, he loves Pitch. He thinks this character is awesome and he's enjoying it. Oh wow. Yeah. I don't know, it's weird when like the younger ones just, I don't know, like they like things that aren't really typical for that age normally, and I don't know if it's just like a system thing. Like, sometimes littles don't act like typical kids at that age, maybe just because they've been around longer or because they have different experiences, but I don't know, like, they can surprise you sometimes. like, obviously we're still going to try to keep them as innocent as possible, but sometimes they're just like, no, I want to do this, and it's like, okay, I guess I can't stop you. But yeah, like, Toby's probably been around probably about as long as Tink, honestly. At least that's what we're kind of figuring out. Because he was around for stuff that we had to deal with at that age. And we're still trying to figure out if he actually split off of me or Ray. Because we have a theory that, like, some of us might have split off from me. Because I've been around, like, since the beginning as well. And I don't know. Like, we're still trying to figure that out. I know Ray tried to do, like, kind of a diagram the other night to try to figure things out, and they were learning things that they weren't really ready to learn, I guess. Oh yeah. Like, I feel like any kid is going to try to push boundaries at that age, and you kind of have to just be the judge of, like, okay, is this actually okay for you to be exposed to, or, you know, do we need to set some boundaries? Because you don't want kids to grow up too fast either, if you can help it. Like, Sydney's funny too, because like, Sydney doesn't curse, but she's not offended by cursing, and it's probably because, like, a lot of us curse a lot. Like, I curse a lot, and Aiden curses a lot. So I think, like, one day, like, Julio said a curse word when Sydney was out, and he, like, immediately apologized, and Sydney's just like, I don't care. I heard it all. Alright, so yeah, Nico. Yeah, I don't know, like, kids these days get exposed to so much more, whereas when we were, like, growing up, we got in trouble if we said the word sucks, as in, like, the context of, like, oh, this sucks or something. Like, we'd get yelled at if we said that, and nowadays, like, no one cares. Alright, so, oh, you're making things lag. I'm sorry. Technology is just horrible sometimes. Oh, and I also brought Pitch's wig, because I had to finish the aesthetic. So I actually really like wearing this wig too, because, like, we picked this wig with the idea of it being kind of close to how my hair looks like in Inner World. So I actually feel super comfortable in this wig. My lovely wig cap makes me look bald. And now I'm going to be blind for a minute while I fix my emo hair. Actually, I usually wear it on this side. This is actually how they're usually styled off to the side, so try to mimic that just because it makes me comfortable. Like, I wish there was a way that we could just, like, magically change our hair to look how we want it to look, because it would save us on a lot of having to, like, constantly change our hair and go to the salon and get it dyed and all that stuff. There we go. So yeah, this is basically pitch, minus the whole outfit. Well, like, we use Arter wigs because they're probably the most comfortable brand of wigs that we've gotten. Like, this is actually super comfortable. I could wear this all weekend. Obviously, I do take it off when I sleep at night because I can't sleep in a wig. We tried that once and it didn't go well. Oh, thank you. But yeah, Arter wigs are like super comfortable. It's not very tight on my head, and we actually have a pretty big head, so we have to get wigs that are not tight because we will get a migraine otherwise. But I don't know, we just kind of got used to it, I guess. They really are great quality wigs. Like, once we started using them for LARP, we try not to use any other brand unless there's like a certain style that Arter doesn't carry. But if it's a style we need and they have it, we will get it. They last a long time too. Like the wig that like Ray and Aiden wore for Merton, like I think they wore that wig for like 3 years before they had to finally replace it, and they wore it a lot. So, does anyone else have any other random questions? Like, it doesn't even have to be LARP related, it could be anything. Or I can just stare awkwardly, that's cool too. I don't really know what to do now that I did my makeup, but I still do want to talk with y'all. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other like things I could talk about, like experiences with this. Like, I really have kind of come out of my shell in the past month just because, oh, my favorite thing, playing the character. I don't know, like I said, I see a lot of myself in Pitch, so I don't know, I just feel like I can relate to him a lot of ways, and I can kind of work through my own little issues with him. Breaking Benjamin concert. Like, I think I talked with this briefly with Claudia, but basically, like, that was kind of the first moment I actually did something for me, and like, as someone who's a trauma holder and has been a trauma holder all their life, that's kind of a big deal because we're kind of used to being like, I don't know, the punching bags or the person who always gets the bad stuff that happens to them, basically. And you kind of just get used to that over time, and you're just kind of like, okay, this is just why I exist. And, you know, I don't really know how to have fun or do fun things for me. And I don't know, just at that moment, I realized, like, I can do things that are fun, and I'm allowed to do things that are fun. And this is at the same time, it's really weird because I'm not used to this. So, I don't know, like, that was just the first moment I just felt, like, really happy, honestly. And I know that sounds really bad, but I never realized I could be happy. So, I don't know, like, I guess just trying to do more things for me now. And, like, now that we're in an environment that is safe and, like, I'm allowed to have fun, I don't have to constantly deal with bad stuff all the time. And, like I said, it's weird for me. Like, I kind of still am getting used to it, but I don't know, like, you just have to try to live your best life, even when you are a system. Like, everybody needs time out to do things that they enjoy doing, and you need to allow yourself to do things that you enjoy doing. Like, don't feel like you're not allowed to have fun just because, okay, I exist for this reason, and that's all I should exist for. Like, you can be more than that if you want to be. Like, I know it's hard because that's just what you get used to, but you can totally allow yourself to do nice things for yourself. So I don't know, like, that's just kind of what I've been working on lately. And I think because of that, I can be out more just because I don't always have to be the trauma holder. Like, that's not my only role. I can do more than that. Yeah, like, no one wants to be in trauma 24/7. Like, even if that's your reason for existing, you have to find other outlets and you have to find other ways to break free of that, I guess. Yeah, like, you can choose what you are and who you are. Like, I don't know. I know it's a lot different for us because, excuse me, we aren't a singlet, so we can't really, like, we all experience things differently, I guess. Like, we can't exist alone. Like, I couldn't be the only one because I just don't know how to be. I've never learned how to be the only one, and I don't think I could be the only one because that's just not how our brain was designed. So we still have to kind of exist as a unit, but like, we could still be our own people at the same time and still do what we all enjoy individually, if that makes sense. Thank you. Thanks, Kit. Yeah. Like, we all do deserve to be treated like a person, because we are. We are all people. Thanks. But yeah, like, we are a team. So I think that's kind of what I want people to learn or take out of, like, learning about systems. Like, yes, we deal with things a lot differently than a singlet, but like, we still all deserve to be treated like people, because we are. So anyway, that's my soapbox. Because, like, while I do know, like, yeah, it's a lot to take in when you're trying to explain it to someone, and I think people get sometimes, like, I don't know if overwhelmed is the right word, but they're just sort of confused, I guess. And, like, I just kind of tell people, like, when we out ourselves to, like, a friend that we trust and, you know, we want to share that information, we're just kind of like, you don't have to treat us differently. Like, you don't have to treat us like a special case or anything, but we just want to share this aspect of our life with you, and we want you to see us as individuals. And I know that's kind of a big change or something to get used to, but we don't want it to be scary, I guess. It doesn't have to be scary. It's like, we're still the same people that you've always known. It's just now you know a little bit more about us, and you know that we exist together rather than just one single person. Hey, Amanda. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, you just, I don't know, like, you have to find the people in your life who support you. And if they're not giving you the support you need, then maybe they're just not the right people to be in your life. I mean, it's harsh as that sounds, like, the people who are going to love and accept you as you are, you know, whether you're a system or not, like, you're going to find out who your real friends are and who's going to stick with you no matter what. And it hurts sometimes when you discover that, you know, if they're not that type of person. Like, it really sucks having to deal with that, because, you know, it happens. But you just kind of have to find the people who do care and support you, and just, you know, rely on those people for your support system. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it sucks having to go through that journey and figure out who's actually going to stand by you, but the people you do find that do stand by you and support you, like, they're the people that we choose to be in our lives and who we want to keep in our lives. And we do have some really great support. Like, a whole lot of the people here in this chat, like, I know you all, and we love you all very dearly for, you know, sticking with us and accepting us. Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's a rough journey, but it's kind of worth it in the long run. Because just keeping those toxic people in your life, it's not doing you any favors. Oh, it's okay. I'm probably going to stream for like a few more minutes. Like, I wanted to at least keep this going for at least an hour. But yeah, I'm really excited for the October game. Like, we're calling it Shade-tober. I actually kind of was responsible for starting that because, like, October is spooky month and we want the shades to take over for that month. So it's going to be fun times. You gotta get the SEO. It's a fantastic pun. That's the other thing I'm really enjoying about this LARP. Like, there are so many hilarious people, and we just, like, make these really stupid memes, and I love it. Like, it's actually really funny because Aiden is kind of the one who makes more of, like, the puns and the memes and stuff, and I've kind of been joining in on that lately, which is really weird for me because I normally don't do that. My favorite meme to come out of game, I don't know. I guess I just like all the shade jokes, honestly. I like the zoomies. Like, we do get the zoomies so bad. Yeah, the joke with the zoomies is, like, basically shades get very antsy if they're not doing something, especially, like, I don't know, especially like when it gets super late at night. Like, we just get very antsy and pacey, and I don't know, like, we can't stay idle for long. We have to be doing something. And so people started comparing us to cats and basically saying we get the zoomies. A knife. Oh yeah, that's the other funny thing. Like, our house that Pitch is a part of, House Crow, they are basically the researchers, so they like to do a lot of experiments and figure stuff out, like, for science. And apparently really, really late Friday night, like, this was after we went to sleep because it was getting super late and we had just driven like 6 hours to get there. So we couldn't stay up that late, unfortunately. But apparently, like, while we were not around, everybody decided it would be a good idea to put a werewolf part into Jasper, which is Pitch's twin, and find out what would happen. And of course, if Pitch had been there, he would have, like, yelled at everybody and be like, yeah, this is a really horrible idea. Thank you. We try. Also, now that I mentioned memes, like, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, Pitch probably would have killed him for that, honestly. Or at least been the one to kill him after he turned into a werewolf. Been like, yeah, I'm doing the honors because you are being dumb. I feel like the twins probably have gotten into an argument at some point in their lives, and either killed each other over it or I don't know. No, I have no doubt they probably killed each other over something stupid in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Science, if you can call it that, yes. Science indeed. Oh, I'm sure Bella was on board. Like, Bella's the instigator. Yeah, like a lot of times Jasper will like threaten to kill Pitch in game, especially if he's like annoyed over something, and Pitch will just respond. Wouldn't be the first time. Like I don't know, I love the dynamic in our group. I think you have like some people who are just like total instigators and are like, yeah, just do the dumb, have fun, and the others are just like, no, why would you do this? And I think it's just really hilarious how the two go back and forth and argue. Like, I don't know, it just makes for good roleplay. Because, of course, like, on the inside, we're both, like, we're all, like, me and Ray are both like, yeah, do the dumb, it's hilarious. Obviously, our character does not agree with that, but, like, we think it's hilarious, too. But, yeah. Yeah, like, you definitely have to argue over why it's a good idea, and I think those are some of the funniest arguments. Alright, bye, Alexandrite System. Take care, y'all. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, they are totally full of bad decisions. Like, I feel like that's the case with a lot of LARP characters, but it's just funny because I don't know, you expect Shades to be these, like, totally emotionally withdrawn, like, edgy people, and then when they do stupid stuff, you're just kind of like, really? Shades are better than Faye. See, we have conflicting opinions about that because Aiden is eventually going to play a Faye. So Aiden's just in my head right now going like, hey, I disagree with that. And of course I'm like, yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, I'm incredibly biased. I like Shades. That's why when we got a friend into Ascendia, like she was trying to figure out what race she wanted to play, and I was kind of trying to convince her to be a Shade. Well, first of all, like it's a character that I think she would enjoy because she kind of likes the more dark, edgy characters too. So I was just like, yeah, you need to join us. Shades do have a lot of fun. Like, I don't know, we're just kind of the badasses. Are they the blondes of this game? Probably. See, my belief about the Shades, I think the reason why they do the most out there things is because if you think about it, we've probably been through it all already. Like, we've died multiple times or just don't really care about death so much because we are undead and it's not like we're not going to come back and we don't have the ability to body hop because we do. So I kind of feel like, at least in Pitch's case, he's kind of just like, I don't really care what happens to me. Like, we can do dumb things and it's not a big deal because I just don't really care anymore. So I don't know if that's true for all Shades, but maybe that's why we do weird things and, I don't know, just do our own thing. Yeah, like we don't fear it. Like that's kind of how Pitch feels. It's just I shouldn't have existed as long as I have, so whatever. put me back. Okay. Yeah. Like, I think that's why we're so edgy. We don't care about death. And I think that's why Pitch doesn't really know how to handle situations where someone does die or is like mourning someone, because he's just like, oh well, someone died. Like, he knows he's supposed to care, or at least that's what most people do, and he kind of just doesn't. Yeah. Like, I feel like for the Stitched, like, I think it's kind of a similar thing. They're kind of on the same level of just, I don't really get it. I do like the fact that Stitched and Shades kind of, I don't know, they kind of get each other. They get along with each other pretty well in that aspect. And also, just, I think Stitch characters are just adorable. Yeah, they really are like undead bros. Because I think it was Lady Newt was talking about something. Lady Newt is another Stitched, but was talking about like emotions with Pitch on Sunday morning, and talking about how like the way we experience emotions, it's kind of like seeing them through a glass wall. Like, you can see that they exist, but they're just always out of reach, and you just can't touch them or understand them. And that's exactly what it is. Why are you all adorable? I don't know, like, you're just like little Frankenstein dolls or something. Like, I don't know. I guess because it kind of makes me think of like Coraline or like Nightmare Before Christmas. And I'm weird because I think those things are adorable. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like Sally. Like, Pitch doesn't think they're adorable. I just personally think they're adorable. I don't know. Like, I like things that are dark and edgy. I think they're cool. Obviously. Because yeah, I am the emo of our system. Obviously, this is just my aesthetic. Yeah, Creepy Cute is definitely an aesthetic, and it's a good one. I don't know. Like, I like that sort of thing. I like Nightmare Before Christmas and like Beetlejuice, and I don't know, just like all that general stuff. And I think that's why I like seeing how everybody has different takes on Shades too, with like their costuming, because I can kind of see little inspirations from stuff like that. Yeah, it's definitely Corpse Bride. That was the other one I was trying to think of. Yeah. But the funny part is, like, a majority of us aren't really big on like horror movies. Like, we like horror video games, but movies kind of creep us out a little more, which is weird because we really like horror as far as like LARPing goes. But I think I figured out why it's like that. I think the thing about watching a horror movie is you don't feel like you have any control over the situation. Like, you're just kind of helplessly watching. But like when you're playing a game or like a video game or LARP, you're kind of the one in control of the situation. And I think that makes it a little more fun. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I don't know, like, I'm not big on horror movies at all. None of us are. But yeah, just like having that extra control over the situation, I think makes it less scary, because you can totally run away if you want to. You can fight if you want to. If you're watching a movie, like, you're just kind of watching that person deal with the situation, and a lot of times they deal with it in really stupid ways. Because you're always just like, no, why are you going in that room by yourself? Like, you're gonna die. That's stupid. I mean, you totally can laugh at stupidity. That's totally valid. It freaks us out too much, unfortunately. But hey, like, to each their own, you know? That's the other nice thing I like about LARP too. If there is like a mod or something that you're totally not comfortable with, like if you have a phobia of something or you can't deal with certain things, like you can totally bow out and they're totally going to be cool with that. No one's going to judge you. No one's even going to ask your reasons for it if you don't want to give them. And that's totally fine. Yeah, you can watch them for all of us and all of y'all. I do find it interesting though that we all have different tastes in like movies too. Like we're not big movie people, but like Aiden tends to like more of the like action, like superhero type movies. Like his favorite movie currently is actually Into the Spider-Verse. I, on the other hand, don't watch a lot of movies at all. I'm kind of more into the music scene. But like Ray kind of likes more of the like comedy, like family type movies. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting how everybody just has their own taste with that. All right. Bye, Ellen. Thanks for joining, even for a few minutes. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream for. I think we've been going for like a little over an hour now. So like I can answer a few more questions, or like I might try to wrap this up a little bit soon. Hey, Stephanie. I finally made it. I don't know how much longer we're going to stream for. Is the cake a lie? I know that's a video game reference. I told you I'm not the video gamer in the group. I think the cake is a lie personally. But then again, I've seen the others finish the Portal game, so I know that it's a lie. The pie is the truth, though. Dogs or cats? In my case, dogs. I don't like cats. The most polarizing difference in taste? I don't know, honestly. Like, probably there's a lot of differences with us. Like, as far as foods, there's a lot of huge differences. Actually, no, I would say the most polarizing difference would probably be clothing. That is a struggle with us. Because, like, every morning, depending on who's the closest to the front, like, we will have arguments over what to wear that day. And it's a big struggle. Our clothing styles are incredibly different. Because Ray is more into like the pastel stuff, and like occasionally Ray will wear things a little more on the goth side, especially now that Cardania has integrated with them. But like obviously I'm into the black and band shirts, and Aiden likes to wear more of the like kind of like fan shirts, I guess. And Aiden also really hates makeup. Like he refuses to have any type of makeup on if he's fronting or co-fronting or whatever. So it's a struggle. Especially since we don't know if we're gonna like switch throughout the day. So like if the person who woke up in the body puts on a lot of makeup, and like if Aiden switches out later, he's just like, ooh, get this off me. And obviously like if we're in a situation like where we're out in public, that's not going to happen. He's going to have to kind of deal with it. because it's not like we can just magically transform, you know, when we're out somewhere. Unfortunately, that is not how it works. Like, he'll deal with it, but I know it's not fun for him. I know, right? That would be really nice, but yeah, no, that's not happening. Yeah, like, I personally feel really weird without makeup. That's why when I first started this video, I just felt very awkward. I'm actually a little more comfortable now wearing this type of makeup. Changing moon, Sailor Moon style, like changing clothes, yes. That would be very nice to do that in real life. Like, I wish I had our twins' ability in real life, like, because they're shapeshifters, so they could just, like, change their form at will, but obviously they can't do that, like, out here. They can do it in the inner world, but not in real life, obviously. Yeah, it'd be really nice to have that ability to, like, just change our hair. Like, we are currently trying to figure out what hair color to go with next. Like, I know Aiden wants to keep the blonde for a while because he enjoys it, and Ray kind of just goes with whatever, like, they don't really care. But I really want, like, this hair color. I think eventually we might dye it this color, but I'm trying to be patient and wait because I want to make sure Aiden enjoys the blonde for a while. I'm glad you're having fun. I kind of feel like I'm really boring, but whatever. That's just me. Yeah, I probably will wrap this up soon because I know we've been going for a while, and like, it is a weeknight, so I don't want to keep y'all too good or too long. I'm good? Okay. Well, if you ever get, like, really bored or just want to go, just tell me. Yeah, I'm also starting to get really spacey. I think it's also because Aiden's really close too. Like, whenever one of us starts to get closer, even if we're not doing a full out switch, that's kind of where dissociation hits us. Because you're sort of like getting to that switchy point. And I know he's trying not to crash this, but sometimes it just can't be helped. When that dissociation hits, yeah, just like the meme. Yeah, like, I know he's trying really hard not to switch with me because he's just like, yeah, this is your stream, but at the same time, you're on camera and I want to be a ham, and I'm trying not to be a ham right now. Sorry, I keep playing with this hair because it's really fun to play with. Yeah, Canon and Aiden, I think, have a lot in common in that aspect, which I think is really funny because I don't think they've ever actually hung out in person yet. It'd be interesting to see what would happen if they did. Yeah, like, Aiden is just, he loves to be in front of the camera or showing off for people. Oh yeah, I'm sure they're kindred spirits. Like, I can't remember who it was. It was somebody in your group that was talking to Aiden one time and was like, "You're so much like Canon." And Aiden's just like, "Yeah, that's what I've been told." The world might burn. Probably. Everyone would get a sugar high. Aiden is just naturally high on energy 24/7. I don't know where he gets it, but he just is. Which actually helps us in a lot of ways too, because if there's a day where we're running low on energy or we have to do something at work that requires a lot of high energy, he kind of steps forward for that and helps out. Even if he's not, like, actively fronting, if he's, like, passively influencing us, he can give us that extra boost of energy. Oh god, karaoke with them both. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, Aiden is all about, like, he likes doing things like Bohemian Rhapsody or like karaoke where he can get everybody involved. Oh god, can you imagine if they both did like Panic at the Disco? Because I think that's both their favorite bands. Passive caffeine. It also doesn't help that Aiden is all about drinking caffeine when he's fronting. Like, he doesn't do it a lot, but he constantly craves caffeine. So he will drink caffeine more if he's running, more than we normally would. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, I didn't get a chance to show these. These were the bracelets that Ray made all of us. We have both on because Ray was kind of more co-conscious with me earlier. But this one's actually really cool because it's lava rocks. So you can like put in like essential oils and it kind of absorbs it. So I liked that. And also it looks like a galaxy, which I love. So yeah. We all are very big bracelet people. We love wearing bracelets. And of course we'll swap out different styles depending on who's running. But yeah, we have bracelets now for everybody in the system, even though some of us don't really actively front. We still want to have bracelets for them just in case they ever do. Yeah, I like lava rocks. The only scent I put on it so far, so we got these scents through Etsy, and I can't remember the name of the person now who has them, but one of the scents is called Arcanum, and it's actually my favorite scent. It has a very, like, I'm trying to think what's all in the scent. It has a very incense smell to it, but like the strong scents in it are like, I want to say frankincense, dragon's blood, and it's got like some other like spices in it. But basically it smells like a Hot Topic store. As weird as that sounds, I like that sort of incense smell because it reminds me of like old school Hot Topic, and that's just kind of nostalgic for me. Yeah, I like those scents, but it actually really sucks too because Ray cannot handle incense much. Like, it gives them migraines. So there have been times actually where I'm wearing the Arcanum scent, and if Ray's too close to the front, like, they will start to feel woozy, and I feel bad about that, but I like it. I think that's what it is. It's just that nostalgia and the memory of like going to the old school Hot Topic before, you know, they like switched it up to be like a fandom based store. Like, I miss the days when it was just trip pants and all goth stuff. Like when it was all about like rock and that type of general aesthetic, I guess. And I miss when trip pants were like $40. Now they're like $100 or more dollars, and you have to buy them online. It sucks. Because we were trying to get me some like new trip pants because our old ones don't really fit that well. And yeah, they're not cheap, unfortunately. It really hurts my soul too. It's like, you know, back in the day, this type of style was not cool and no one cared about it, and now suddenly everybody wants this type of style, so they have to like jack up the prices. Be like, yeah, it's cool now to be goth and emo and punk and all that, and it's just like, look, I was there when it wasn't cool. And now y'all are like cashing in on my aesthetic. But it is what it is. You darn kids have it so easy now. Yeah. But oh well. Yeah. back then we were nerds, and now it's cool to be like that. So whatever. It's how it goes. The things that we got made fun of, made fun of back in the day, are now like the things that are the in stuff. So it's our life. But oh well. I don't know. Yeah, it's like, I'm glad that you find this cool now, but no, I have not seen that. Like the fact that I guess we're now like the cool kids or whatever. It's like, great. I'm glad I'm cool now that I'm like older. I'll have to look that up. I also think it's really funny how, like, I don't know, I hear stories of kids trying to peer pressure adults into being like, oh, that's really dumb that you think that's cool or whatever. And like at that point, you're just kind of like, look, I don't care anymore. You're not affecting me in that way. Like, my days of peer pressure are over. Go ahead and make fun of me all that you want. I don't care. Like, I know, like, Aiden and Ray deal with that because they go to cons a lot. People are just like, so, like, how long are you going to keep cosplaying and doing this? They're just like, as long as I want to. Does there have to be an age limit on it? Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, like, do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Life is short. Enjoy it. I also realize, like, doing a live streams while you're by yourself is a lot more awkward than when you're not doing it with someone. Because I always see, like, the other YouTubers do it as a group, and I'm like, at least they can talk to each other. I don't know, I still feel awkward here, but I am reading your questions. That's why there's, like, awkward pauses. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, just because you're an adult doesn't mean you need to, like, not have fun. Like, we work, we make a living. Like, let us have fun with the money that we make. Yeah, like, obviously we do have to pay bills and stuff, but if you have extra money to spend it. Buy yourself stupid, frivolous things that you probably shouldn't be buying, because who cares? Like, oh no, you bought yourself a stuffed animal and you're in your 30s. So what? You have the ability to do that. Do that. Like, these are all the things that we weren't allowed to do freely when we were little, so why not do them now? I think that's the other fun thing too about like when there's like a little or a younger person in a system, because they have a little more freedom to kind of play with money. Like, it's a good and a bad thing because it's a little dangerous too, but like, obviously it's wouldn't have the money to. But like, since someone like Sydney has access to our money, as long as she's not going crazy with it, she could totally buy something for herself if she wants to. I think that's what happened when Sydney bought the 90s, like, I don't know, whatever that little kit was that she bought and did an unboxing for. Like, was it kind of a dumb purchase? Maybe, I don't know. It just had like little silly things in it, but hey, she had fun with it, so who cares? I feel like I probably spent the most money out of all of us as far as buying things, because my clothing styles is more expensive. Because, like, yeah, I don't know why goth stuff is so expensive, but apparently it is. Like, band shirts are not cheap. I mean, depending where you buy them, but like, I just bought a 3 Days Grace hoodie. It was like $40. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, people buy themselves like expensive cars and stupid things like that they don't need to buy, but they want to, like, you know, have a fancy thing and show it off. So yeah, get little things, make yourself happy. It is really dangerous though, shopping on your system, because it's not like, okay, like if you're a single person, obviously you're going to go to the store and be like, ooh, I really like that. But when we go to the store, there's like 9 different opinions going, ooh, I want that, no, I want that, no, I want that. Like, so you kind of have to restrain yourselves more, I guess, because it's different when you're just buying yourself one little thing to treat yourself with, but when you have 9 people, you're like, I can't afford to buy something for every single person. Yeah, it's not just like your own impulses. Like, you know, we might go in the Walmart and, God, just walking down the toy aisle, we'll have like suddenly Tink will pop up, or Toby, or Sydney, and everybody's just like, ooh, when they see something that they want. It's like, no, no, no. Like, maybe we can buy like 1 or 2 things, but we can't afford for everybody to have something every time we go to the store. So you kind of have to rein that in a bit. Because, like, I think when Sydney bought herself that thing at the store that day, like, Tink wanted something too, because you can't just buy one thing for a sibling and not expect the other sibling to want something. So we ended up going home with some sort of little, like, Play-Doh cat thing or something. I don't know what it was. Something that Tink wanted. So that happens. But I don't know. That's just the fun things you deal with. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I know there are a lot of not so fun things about having this disorder, but at the same time, just stuff like that you kind of just have to laugh at. Like, I don't know. Like, it's silly and dumb, and you're just kind of like, this is my life. This is what I have to deal with on a regular basis. And if I don't laugh at it, you know, I don't know. You just have to kind of not make it so serious all the time. I don't really know what else to talk about. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm getting boring now. I might just go ahead and wrap things up since it is like an hour and a half now. So I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out and chatting with me and supporting me. Like, I know this was kind of something I'm not really used to doing. Like, I mean, this is only my second video on the channel anyway, so I'm not really good at live streaming, and none of us have done it before, but I thought it'd be kind of fun. Thank you. I hope it did okay. Like I said, I'm trying to step out of my shell more. I mean, I'm never going to be like a total extrovert like Aiden, but I am having fun, and I want to continue to enjoy things and continue to LARP and just do things more for me. So, continue like we all do. So, I don't have any sort of fancy sign off, so I'm just gonna be like, bye. Take care, y'all, and have a good night. Bye.